Welcome back to How to Become a Freelancer in 30 Days. This is Anthony Chatfield, and today, day 21, we're going to talk about finally how to create a blog. I've talked about this many times already, but now we're going to go through kind of the steps and the specific actions it'll need to build that blog. So the goals today are to create a blog on your website, identify channels for distribution of your blog content, and then create a quick calendar for the blog so you can start expanding on it. So before we get started, I know I've mentioned this a lot, but the key to a good blog, and the reason why I promote it so heavily and why I think it's so important as part of your business and your brand, is that it just helps you talk about things as you would in reality. I mean, you're online all day, you work with people remotely, some of them may never see your face. This is how you can get your voice out there and how they can get to know you. And that's the key. It's building an audience of people who know you. So when you're building a blog, and again, we'll get to more of this in a minute, but when you're building it, you need to think about how you can talk about things that are unique to you. How you're talking, what's your take on a subject? What's your expertise? What's your tips? So you don't want to just regurgitate what everybody else is talking about. And that's one of the most substantial mistakes people make when building a blog, is they just go out and find the most popular posts and rewrite it or make their version of it. You should really have your original thoughts and ideas about all these things in place before you start blogging. Actually building that blog, very easy. If you have a WordPress site, you already have a blog platform, you're just going to be writing posts instead of pages. If you do not have a WordPress site, you can build one on WordPress.com. You can install one on most of those free platforms we talked about. It's really simple. I'll show you in a minute my blog and some of the other blogs out there that really, if you've seen a blog, you've seen a blog. They're all roughly the same. Some of them look a little fancier than others, but it's a feed of articles written on a regular basis, or other content. What you're going to post: regular articles that engage potential prospects. So again, that content that you know your audience is looking for. Content that reflects your talents. So if you're a designer or developer, don't just write articles, even if you're a great writer. Make sure you're also showing what you can do by designing, illustrating, offering code, development tips, whatever it ends up being. Make sure the content is keyword optimized to rank for topics your prospects will be searching for. Every blog post should be centered around at least one keyword, term, or phrase, just to ensure that people can find what you're writing about, but also that it's relative. Localize the content when necessary. If it's a super generic topic, try localizing it just to make it relevant to the people in your area. And it can be more than just text. Again, we've talked about that to some degree. Building a successful blog, it takes a lot of different things to make sure this is updated regularly. We've talked about how to build habits and make sure you're constantly doing the things you need to do to build your business. This is one of them. I recommend blogging at least once a week. So set aside 1 to 2 hours a week in which you're going to do all this stuff we're going to talk about. So a content calendar is going to help you make sure you have content planned for the next few months. Guest posting will help you grow that network and help people find that content. Social media and blog comments will help to drive immediate traffic and start a conversation around your content. But in the end, you're playing the long game. No blog you launch today is really going to kill it in the next few weeks. It's going to take months, possibly years, before you really reach that level that the blog is kind of living on its own, providing that kind of level of insight into what you do and building an audience that will kind of help grow your business automatically. But at the same time, every piece of content you write can later be something people come back to. There are other content creation channels as well. You don't necessarily just need to have a blog. You might not have a blog at all, but if you post regularly to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn's groups, or Pulse Network, if you create a podcast or have a YouTube channel, any of these can offer the same benefit as a regular blog, though I do still recommend having some space on your website where all that content you create can live. You own it. It can't be taken away from you. You're not dependent on another network. It is important to kind of have your own space, but you can diversify. And if you have an existing network with any of these, you can take advantage of it and get started a lot faster. So today's actions: create your blog, create a very basic outline of what you want to post, announce your blog with 2 to 3 posts. So don't start the blog until you have at least a couple things to post, just so that you can get things indexed quickly and it doesn't look empty. And then outline your goals and content ideas for the next 2 to 3 months. If you're not sure where to start, just look at a few other blogs. Go to mine at anthonychatfield.com. You can see what I've been working on and kind of some of the basics of how I approach it. My blog at the moment, as of recording this, is pretty bare minimum. Like, I do the bare basics to get it up every week. I post once a week, and then I promote it, and I drive links back to it. But I haven't done a lot of the extra stuff needed to kind of drive it up to that next level. But you can see, like, the bare minimum is still a decent amount of effort. That's what I would like you to work on. If you do that basic effort, people will find you. They will interact with you. They will ask you to do stuff for them. If you're not sure what to write about, that's another topic we can kind of discuss further in the comments here. But there are a lot of good tools out there. BuzzSumo is awesome. You can see what the most popular posts are based on social media shares. You can also go to Twitter or LinkedIn and see what people are talking about. And you know what? Hit me up too. I'm always happy to help brainstorm and build a list of content ideas that'll help with your audience. All right, so that's everything for today. Make sure you leave any comments or questions below. And if you haven't yet, leave a quick review of the program and let me know what you think. I love your feedback. If you have any other questions at all, please direct them to me through Udemy here, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. That's everything for today, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.